Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another Minnesota Twins discussion video. This is going to be my predictions, my thoughts on who should be in the All-Star game from the Twins, and basically who I'd pick otherwise. Just to let you know, I'm not a fan of the All-Star voting. All it is fan bases that decide. I mean, that's why you have 5 Cubs players in there a couple years ago. All of Houston's in there. Houston's a good team, but everybody overlooks the Twins. I think that has to do with, big markets versus small markets like I've talked about before, and the Twins being completely underrated. But I'm going to give you a couple guys who I think hands down deserve to be in the All-Star game. We're going to start with the obvious one, shortstop, because I think with all my heart, Polanco deserves to be in the All-Star game. Granted, he's not the best player in every category, right? Or in maybe any category besides OPS, I guess. But he is right up there, top 4 with everybody else. Fielding, maybe not the greatest. He doesn't have the most home runs, but he's second in batting average compared to Tim Anderson. He's blown everybody out of the water with OPS. He's literally batting .988. The next closest guy is Correa with a .907. Not even close. And he's up there. He's leading in slugging. He is leading in OBP. Second in batting average. I don't see why, by that alone, you wouldn't at least consider him. He's 9 home runs, 26 RBIs. He struck out 34 times, the least on that list compared to Lindor at 24. That's it. And then Andrus, I think, has 30, a little bit lower. So 3 guys, he's third out of the least amount of strikeouts on the top 10. Like I said, 9 home runs. The most is 14 by Torres. He's very similar to Torres, but even better. He just doesn't have the amount of home runs. And I feel like that's what's going to keep him out, is because that's all people care about nowadays is home runs. And like I said, I am more of a contact speed, old-fashioned baseball player fan. And if you look at those stats, Polanco deserves it. I'm just looking at the basic stats. I'm not even looking at, advanced stats, but, he's got the same amount of runs as Torres. He's got more hits, more doubles, 5 less home runs, 5 less RBIs. He's walked 11 more times, struck out 15 less times, almost 335 to 288 average. His OBP is way higher. His slugging is higher. His OPS is higher. There's not a doubt in my mind if Polanco gets snubbed, it already is. Just let the fans choose who they want. But statistically, there's no reason he shouldn't be in there. Let's go to catcher, though. Again, Garver, every single Twins player is in the conversation. There is not a player that I would not argue deserves at least a shot, at least to be in the conversation. Sanchez, he has my vote right now. But Garver, he's number 2 in home runs. He's second in average. He has been gone. Don't get me wrong about that. His OPS is still 1.1, slugging 747, OPS of 4 or OBP of 418, an average of 329. Like I said, he's been gone. He's only got 80 at bats, but he's got 3 less runs than Sanchez. He's got 9 less hits, 2 more doubles, the same triples, 8 home runs. There, I can't do math. 8 home runs less. He's played in half the games as him. He also has half as many strikeouts. Now, granted, give him, another 2 months, I think Garver could be right in on the conversation. But the way I've seen it right now, Sanchez is my number 1. I wouldn't be surprised if Garver is back. Once he's back, hitting the ball again, he could be amazing. At first base, I would this is tough. Crone is again in the conversation. He's 4th on this list for home runs. He's leading the top 4 in on-base percentage, or not on-base percentage, average. His OPS is right up there. Right now, I would probably go with Abreu. He's got 14 home runs, which is second, and the most RBIs, 46. He also has a lot of doubles. I mean, he's got 14 doubles compared to everybody else's 7 or Crohn's 9. So I would go with Abreu. Next up, second base, Scope. Again, top 3 in the discussion with average home runs, hits. I mean, he's up there at 46 hits compared to 50 and 51. I would pick La Stella right now. He beat us really badly. Even though we didn't necessarily lose, he was really good. Next up, third base. I don't really think Gonzalez is even considered a third baseman. Right now, I'd pick Bregman. I think that's pretty obvious. Chapman's also been doing very well, but I think this one kind of goes to Bregman. I don't think anybody's going to argue about that one. Marwin Gonzalez is technically 10th with a 240 average, so I mean, I wouldn't really put him in the conversation. Let's go to left field. Rosario. I don't see how I could understand. There's 3 outfield positions, correct? It's going to be Mike Trout. If Mike Trout's not in the All-Star break or All-Star game, that's somebody's high. But he's been doing very, very well. Like I said, he got snubbed last year. Maybe I didn't say that. Mitch Haniger, this is why I don't like the All-Star break, but it goes along with just being a fan vote. Rosario got snubbed last year. I've talked about it before. He should have been in, but since Seattle didn't have a player in the All-Star break, they needed to put somebody in there. Haniger was the best player on the team. He played the outfield, took Rosario's spot. It's ridiculous, but this is stupid. If he doesn't make it, this is stupid. Brantley, I think, is up there as well. Martinez has been doing great, but Rosario blowing left fielders away in home runs. He's leading in runs. He's second or third in hits. He's got 8 doubles, but he hits a lot more home runs. That doesn't really matter. He's got the most RBIs. His average is 282 compared to Brantley's 330 and Martinez's 298. His OBP is up there at 312. His slugging, 565, which is the most out of those guys. Why is he's getting snubbed again, basically, because nobody's talking about him. I mean, the only time they're talking about him is for home runs. And, I mean, Brantley is definitely deserving of it. Same with Martinez. The outfield is tough in general. I just don't know if they're going to put Rosario in. I would. Like I said, he's up there in average. It's been going up. He's had the hottest month of the year. He's bleeding and slugging out of those guys right there. Maybe. Is he leading and slugging in general? Hold on, let me click this button right here. He's leading and slugging out of everyone who's qualified. Deserves it. Average, literally second or third. Nope, just kidding. He's not second or third. He's down a little ways. He is 6th. But, I mean, the guys otherwise are batting 287, 295, 298, 299, and then 330 with Brantley. He's right up there. He's got the most home runs, the most RBIs. Right up there in hits, the most runs out of all those guys. If he's not in the conversation, I quit baseball. I tell you what. Center field, I don't think Buxton has a chance compared to Mike Trout. Joey Gallo, I guess, plays center field as well. Buxton's number 6 in runs scored. He's got the most doubles. He's got 6 home runs. I mean, maybe, but realistically, probably not. And let's talk about Kepler, though. Right field, he's got tough competition with Springer, with Haniger again, with Betts. I don't see it happening that Kepler gets in, but he's having a good year. He's 4th in runs. He's up there in hits. Where is he at? 7th in hits, home runs. I didn't check right field before this. Where is he at in runs? Or home runs? 5th. He's got 12. He's 5th in home runs. RBIs, a little bit lower. Average is not quite there. He's got too much competition, I think, in right field to have him qualify. But, again, I don't see why he wouldn't be in the conversation. With Springer out, Betts didn't have the start that he's always had. So, probably not. And then for the DH, if Nelson Cruz comes back and starts tearing the cover off the ball again, he's easily in the conversation. But right now, Hunter Pence, I guess, is the DH for Texas. He's got 11 home runs, 39 RBIs, .304 average. He's been doing really well. Cruz, again, could easily start smacking the ball and get up into that conversation. No, he wasn't in the All-Star game last year, but he's up there. Give him some time, and I think he'll come back. And then the last thing I want to talk about is pitching. Every single one of these guys, honestly, besides Pineda maybe, could be in the conversation. The only person that needs to be in the All-Star game is Odorizzi. I mean, if he continues to have, the May that he did into June and July, right now, Odorizzi, hands down, gets my vote. Let's go to ERA here. Where is he at? Perez. Odorizzi's number 1 in the majors for ERA. There we go. I was looking down. He's number 1. He's a 7-2 record with a 2.16 ERA, a whip of .99. If this guy doesn't get into the All-Star game right now, he's given up 4 home runs. He struck out 61 to 20 walks. That's not bad. His opponent average is 184. If this guy is not even considered, again, I quit baseball because that's ridiculously good. I mean, this is the Odorizzi we wanted from the Rays, and we got him. Again, this guy needs to be in. So I'll recap. Garver, Crone, Kepler, all these guys, Cruz, Martin Perez even, they qualify, right? They need to be in the conversation. But Rosario, Odorizzi, and Polanco, those guys need to be into the All-Star game. They have the stats to prove it. They've shown it on the field. They need to be in the All-Star game. So that's my early voting. Once again, just a rundown. Sanchez, Abreu, La Stella, Bregman, Polanco, Rosario, Trout, Betts, probably, or Springer, I guess. I don't really care about anybody else, to be honest, besides the Twins. But let me know if you agree with me. I would assume that you agree with me. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Let me know who you guys think should be in the All-Star game. Let me know what Twins you think are going to get snubbed or who's going to get in. And that's all I got for you today. Make sure to come back tonight for the game review about a good one between Martin Perez and Charlie Morton. So we will see you tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and catch you later.